Hi class, just wanted to make this quick video to help you out with the handouts for section 3.4 on first differences. These are a couple of pages taken from a tips booklet. I believe it's page 36 to 41. Just going to go over how to start off these tables of values, and then I'll also post an answer key online for this set of handouts, so if you have trouble you can always check there. But what I cover in this video should give you enough information so that you'd be able to do this mainly on your own. Alright, so A here says Jody works at a factory that produces square tiles for bathrooms and kitchens. She helps determine shipping costs by calculating the perimeter of each tile. Calculate the perimeter and record your answers in the perimeter column of the table. So the first table of values we're looking at here says side length in centimeters, 1, perimeter in centimeters. So what shape are we working with? We're working with a square. So I want you to remember what we learned in our unit on geometry. If we had a square that had a side length of 1 centimeter, what would our perimeter be? You should remember that the perimeter formula for a square is P equals 4s. And if I were to substitute in 1 for s, then I would get 4 centimeters. So your answer in this one here should be 4. Then you can do the same thing for the next row. 4 times 2. And what answer are you going to get? 8 centimeters. Now hopefully you noticed already that it went up by 4 and have deduced that it'll go up by 4 each time. What you would put here in your first differences is 4 here, and then think what would it be for number 3? It would be 12. And so what would be the first difference between 8 and 12? You do 12 minus 8 and you get 4. Actually, I'm going to include the subtraction in there just because I want you to get used to that idea that to find the first differences, we're subtracting. Difference means to subtract. So 12 minus 8, and here we would do 8 minus 4. And you get 4. And so I'll leave these last two column or rows, for you to fill out on your own, and make sure you also fill in this section here on the first difference. Okay, and then you're going to answer this question. Describe what happens to the perimeter of each tile when the side length increases by 1 centimeter. I'll leave that to you. You can check your answer key, the answer key that I post online, to make sure that you have the correct answer. And then to the best of your ability, you're going to answer the rest of these questions. Actually, I'll give you a hand with these ones here so that you're okay when you're doing it, the other ones on your own. It says which variable is the independent variable. So let's make this really easy. We know dependent variable is a variable that depends on another variable. So the perimeter here depends on the side length. And to make it really easy, the independent variable is almost always in that first column. The independent variable, again I'll say, is always in that first column. So which variable is the independent variable? Here you would write side length. And which variable is the dependent variable? Here you would write perimeter. Okay? And you're going to graph that, and when you graph it, what you're going to end up getting is a straight line, and it's going to ask you to describe the shape of the graph, and that's all it's asking you for, a straight line. And it says calculate the first differences, so we started doing that together already, so you'd be able to do, what do you notice about the first differences? What do you think you're going to notice about the first differences? You've already learned a little bit about that. Hopefully that's not too difficult for you to figure out. When the side length increases by 1 centimeter, the perimeter increases by, how much did it increase by? Just look at what we just did. How much did it increase by? It increased by 4, that's right. The plotted points suggest a, and you're going to write there straight line. And then the answer to this question, what do you notice about the first difference, is going to be the same answer for this question. What do you notice about the first differences? They are all I'll let you fill that in. Alright, let's look at, you should be able to do actually B based on that. Jody is paid $8.50 per hour to calculate the perimeters, and you're going to fill this in and you're going to answer these questions the same way I just did for that other handout, so you should be fine there. And then let's do this one together real quick. Should have erased it beforehand, but it's okay, I'll do so now, and we can discuss it. So if you look at this table of values, or first let's read the word problem. It says Raj, another employee at the factory also works with the tiles. He helps to determine the shipping costs by calculating the area of each tile. And so now we're going to complete this table of values. So if you look here, we have the length of sides and we have the area. So again, we have a square, and if we have a side length that's 1 centimeter, what's the area going to be? A equals s squared. We substitute in 1 for s, we get 1. Area is going to be 1. What about if it's 2? Area equals s squared. We substitute in 2. 2 squared, we get 4. What if it was 3? What if it was 3? We're going to do area equals s squared, and we get 3 squared, and we get 9. And so what you notice right away after you've done those 3 is that the first differences are not the same here, right? So 3, and this was 5. And I'll leave you to fill in the last 2 rows on your own, all right? And answer this too as well to the best of your ability. You could probably pause the video and get the answers there as well. Work on this section, and like I said, I'll be posting the answer keys, or you could stop the video if you wanted to, and you'll be able to see it. Hopefully that helps you to get started on these handouts. And then if you have any problems or questions, make sure you reach out, and you can use the answer key as well, as I said.